if I wasn't going to write songs and sing them, I'd probably be quite boring, really. I grew up on the Suffolk Essex borders, one of 4 brothers. Quite a chaotic household, I suppose, very busy household. It was only like a 2-bed house, so there was 4 of us in the room, which was fun, but chaotic. When I was very young, one of my older brothers got a guitar for Christmas, and I was very interested in that. I decided that I wanted to get an electric guitar. I went to a very stuffy music shop in Colchester called Man's Music, and they had one electric guitar in the window. It's this black and white Encore Coaster, which looked a bit like a Fender Stratocaster, but also looked very much like the guitar that Eric Clapton played. And it was weird because it was kind of looked incongruous in this kind of quite stuffy, old-fashioned shop, but I think because of where it was, it kind of made it somehow look more alluring, kind of sexier, for kind of just so out of place that it was kind of quite exciting. But this thing of wanting to be in a big, famous rock band, I kind of actually blame my parents a little bit for that, because when I was young, I was watching the film Rattle and Hum, the U2 film, and my mum walks in, and it's just on the TV, and she says something like, "Oh, I could see you up there doing that." And she probably shouldn't have said that, because that led to all kinds of future trouble, because I was looking at it as well and thinking, oh my God, this looks so awesome. Imagine if you were that guy out there playing that guitar in front of all those people. The first gig that we ever did was at a local school, army school, that my brother had got some work experience at, and we got asked to stop playing about 3 songs in. That was the very first gig I ever did, and just the humiliation of packing up in front of quite a big audience, because it was like their end of year party, and having to sort of start dismantling the drum kit in front of all the people at the party. That was a very humiliating experience. And then when I got to Birmingham and started this band in Birmingham, we were a 3-piece and we were going to get a singer in, and we auditioned a bunch of singers in the front room at my brother's bedsit, and they were just so bad, all of them. And I just thought, why don't you just do it rather than find somebody, because these people are just awful, hopeless. So every subsequent band that I've been in, I've fronted. And a lot of my friends were at university, but a lot of people, obviously they'd finished their degrees and they started moving away. And Aid, who was a good friend of mine in Birmingham, I lived with for a long time, he basically moved to London. And John, who was the drummer in the band, also moved to London. And Lou and I moved to this tiny little village called Yoxall in Staffordshire. It was just the worst place somebody like me at that age could go. It was a quiet, little, quite conservative, sort of, polite kind of English village, and it was terrible. I just had to get to London. And then once I was there, I remember I had a yellow BT van, this big old yellow BT van. You could still read the BT logo under the yellow paint. And I drove it with all my kit over Dartford Bridge into London, and we had a rehearsal that night, the very first night that I ever spent in London. And that was the start of it, really. I mean, I kind of knew London well anyway, because I'd grown up near it and I had family that would visit there. But at that age, to go from this village to central London, it was just, it was fantastic. I was just, wow.